All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 29th. So this is the last day of February. Of course, it's leap year. Otherwise, yesterday would have been the last day. But what we like to do now is at the end of each month, have a quick reflection of how your month has gone, look forward to project what we anticipate for the upcoming month, and of course, identify what resources, what assistance that you need to accomplish that. Each of you, when you became a branch, we should have onboarded you properly. We should have provided you editable documents such as the client agreement and press release and PowerPoints and so forth. So it's pretty easy to get open for business as a branch office. So hopefully all of you are open. If any of you are guests and considering becoming a branch, welcome. Any of you that are not a branch yet, I recommend going to chapmanloanprogram.org, scrolling down, and then this is some really valuable information to go through. And frankly, even if you are a branch office, the first is the enrollment, so that is clear. Here we describe the 4-phase implementation process. Does a really good job, I think, of describing what is it that we do. Because what you and I do is we solve a problem, right? We solve the problem that most businesses aren't fundable. Now, I know that they're not sitting at home thinking, oh, I wish I had a fundable business. What they're probably wanting and needing is funding. But you and I know better, right? You can't just want funding. You can't just need funding. What we need to do is to qualify for funding to become fundable. And that's what you and I do. That's what the grant established, and the 4-phase process describes that on this training. So this is the version of the training for your eyes. And then alternatively, if you want a version that you could either use or replicate and use from the client's perspective, it's right up here. So it's the same graphic, it's just the discussion is different. This one is from the client's point of view. This was a training we had where we talked to you about it. If you don't understand the sales process, which we're going to summarize here in a moment, that's crucial. Now, some people, they feel like they're above sales. I'm too good to be in sales. But talk to the CEO of any large successful business, and you'll understand that if a business or even a nonprofit, any entity, any organization, if you do not have cash flow coming through it, and you don't have profitability, then you'll cease to exist. And that's horrible, right? So we need to have a profitable business. So we talk about the sales process here. And then the final link is the economic model. The economic model is designed to help you, and we can provide you an editable version of any of this, but the economic model helps you understand how you make money. You get paid 4 different ways. So none of that is today's discussion, quite frankly. So let me go back to today's discussion, which seems to be eluding me here. There we go. So we're at the end of the month. And so while I guess that doesn't mean a whole lot, there were businesses yesterday that needed help, that needed funding, that needed improved financial literacy. And frankly, there's some today and there's many more tomorrow. But we look at it in a monthly basis because then we can reconcile how are we doing. So before we get to the end of the month reconciliation, let's just real quickly review and make sure we all agree. What does it take for your branch to make money? Because the great thing is you don't have to do the implementation. We handle the implementation. So it's like if you bought a Domino's pizza franchise, and we're not a franchise, but if you bought a Domino's pizza franchise, and what if they said, you don't even have to make the pizzas. We'll have someone else make the pizzas. You'd be like, damn, that sounds really good. So from a sales process, we don't have implementation because normally in normal businesses, after you sell, there is implementation. Well, in our world, there's implementation, but guess what? You don't have to do it. We do it all. So click, 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 click. Let's get rid of that. That makes your life that much easier. So frankly, you can spend more time doing the 3 steps. So let's go through the 3 steps. Then we'll discuss the reconciliation. We must have leads. So a lead is an entrepreneur that wants or needs money, that's aware that you exist. They're aware of the program. They understand the startup business funding package exists. They may not understand how it works, because that's step number 2. But we need someone to talk to, right? Someone to talk to. Let's just call it that. Someone to talk to about what we do. Where do you get leads? Well, of course, we talked about it down here on this presentation. We have a variety of different trainings. We've talked about how you can get them for free. We can provide you leads. I mean, there's lots of ways, but there's no excuse. So if you don't have a good funnel of leads, a good number of leads, there's no excuse. We've got to fix that, because there's so many small business owners that want and need capital. And if they don't know about you, it's kind of your fault, because there's so many different ways to reach out to them. The second step in the sales process, to educate, to let them know, because we've got a little bit of a challenge, don't we? We've agreed, and I think you agree, there's almost an infinite number of entrepreneurs, meaning small business owners. Maybe they have the capital already, or they're looking or they already have the business, or they're looking to form a business. It doesn't matter if they started or not, but there's a lot of people that want money to start or grow a business, but they probably don't know what it takes to be fundable. So they're missing the financial literacy to become fundable. So that's a big part of what you and I do. Now, any of these steps you can either do yourself or you can outsource, but someone's got to do it as part of your organization. As we commonly talk about, you are the CEO of your branch. You are the boss. You're the president. You're running a business. And again, if you don't understand where the economics should result, come down and watch this training. But with that being said, you're in charge, right? We've got to stop blaming anyone else. You can't blame me. You can't blame your mama. You can't blame your first grade teacher. At some point, you're the boss. You're running this business. And so you need to find a way to generate leads. We can obviously support you. And you need to find a way to educate these prospects. One of the things we've recently developed is, if you're just shitty at teaching or explaining things, then use this here, and you can download it and then share the link. It's not 100% white label, but it's pretty close, and it tells the story. So then after we educate, guess what? We need to offer them to enroll. Some studies say that 80% of salespeople, and I know I'm insulting you when I call you a salesperson, so forgive me, but some studies show that 80% of salespeople never ask for the deal. They never try to close. They're just so, they lack the confidence and the competence, and they kind of puke all over people some information, and then they go back into their cave. Well, we need to offer for people to enroll. We've told you the best practice, right? Take the editable agreement, which looks like what you see here. We've provided it to you. If you don't have it, let us know. We'll send it to you again. Take that editable agreement, remove our information, put your information on it, and then most likely you're going to want to use some sort of e-signature software like Adobe or DocuSign or what have you. It's up to you. Send that link to them via text or email while you're on the phone with them, and stay on the phone while they're enrolling, while they're filling that out. Now, I'm not saying rush them or push them or pressure them. I didn't say any of that. Just be a helping voice. Stay on the phone while they're filling it out. Be on the phone when you send it to them, and stay on the phone when they're filling it out. And about 90% of the people that you've educated will enroll if you follow that process. Now, that's rather redundant. So sometimes I'm embarrassed that I'm coming back to you all, because you got Andrew and you got Bernard and Charles and Craig and David and Doug. We have 523 of you on today. Thank you all for being here. I mean, again, you're the CEO of the business. The last thing you need is some fat, bald guy telling you about the sales process. You could be teaching it yourself, but that's just a refresher. So let's go ahead and get to the meat of the matter. We're at the end of the month. This is the last business day, last calendar day of February. So I'd like each of you to type in first, how many clients did you enroll in February? So I'd like each of you to go to the Q&A, the question and answer of Zoom. It's kind of like a chat box, and type in just that number, nothing else for now. So Andrew, you come on every morning. Thank you. Let's go ahead and participate. Let's type that in. This is a reflection. This is not me judging you. You're not going to get any trouble, but we need to have a reflection of how well did our business do, right? Because you damn well know if you and I would have bought a Domino's franchise, they'd ask, how many pizzas did you sell, Craig? How many pizzas did you sell, David, in February? Eric, how many pizzas did you sell? Right? Jeanette, how many pizzas did you sell? It's time to reflect on February. And if you don't know that number, you're not running, no offense, but you're not running your business very well. All right, so I don't see answers from some of you. Jeanette, what's your number? Even if it's 0, we need to see it. Jeff, what's your number? Jenny, what's your number? Larry, what's your number? Lon, what's your number? Again, you all are adults. You don't need me to call your name out, but I'm asking. Let's put the number in there. And even if it's not a great number, it is what it is. We need to be responsible to ourselves. We're running a business. How many clients did we enroll? How many clients did we enroll, Pauline? How many clients did we enroll, Robert? How many clients did we enroll, Selena? How many clients did we enroll, Twina and Terrence and Toily? Well, and Varney. All right, so whatever it is, we know that our goal, if as long as you've been with us at least 30 days, was at least 8 in February. So I really don't care that much. If we didn't hit 8 in February, not that big a deal, but we definitely need to be focused on what we're going to do in March. So now let's turn the page. What do you anticipate your enrollments to be? How many clients do you think that you'll enroll in March? So we've got a full month, 31 days. It's a long month. Hasn't started yet. So today's our last day to plan and anticipate. So that's the next number. I'd like each of you to take a moment and type in. How many do you project to enroll in March? How many in March? David says 15. Maryland says 2. So I'm not publicly reporting what everyone did last month. Some of you had great months and some not so much, but I'm not publicly stating that, but we're just simply looking forward. How many in March do you plan to enroll? Because again, we have this economic model that you can go plug in to know how enrollments translate. But if we don't have enrollments, we're not helping people, we're not fulfilling our mission, and you're not making money. All right, so David's 15, Lon's 10, Bernard's 10, Jenny's 10, Eric's 15, Celino's 8. So that's great. So then you don't necessarily need to type the responses to this, but you need to be thinking about, well, what do you need to do to accomplish that goal? Especially if your March goal is different than your February results, you need to do something different, right? And so you need to be thoughtful of that. So you don't need to type this in, but think to yourself, what are you going to do differently in March to hit those bigger numbers? Because the potential is there, the opportunity is there, the leads are there. If you don't have leads, we've got to solve that right away. Because if you don't have leads, the results won't be there, but there should not be a problem in getting leads. There should not be a problem in enrolling clients. So frankly, if there's a breakdown, as long as you've assumed responsibility and acknowledged leads should not be a problem, then it just comes down to education, because people will enroll if you present it properly. So is there anything that we can do to assist you in hitting your March goals? Because your success is our success. We want to go out, we want to educate, we want to help people. And I tell prospective clients, if you don't enroll, because after we've gone through the 4-phase process, and I can pull this up, I won't let it play, but I'll just pull it up so you can see it, just to make it visual. Give it a second to prompt. Of course, we get a commercial. I don't know how to get around commercials. Maybe I need to pay for YouTube or something. Let's skip that. All right, so we'll pause it there and we'll bring back up the notes. So, this I believe is the best way to educate prospects because it describes what they get, what we deliver. And what I really like about this, it shows the value that they get for every step along the way, every phase. So let's talk about that briefly. So when they enroll, do they get some immediate benefit? Hell yes, they do. Now we've built it where they apply for the first tranche finance, and it's a little blurry because it's small, the first bullet also here. And I emailed each of you Mary. Mary is a new client. Mary's a real person. Mary's a new client. She just came in. She filled out the app for the first tranche financing, and I'm not exaggerating at all. I could put it up there if you wanted. She has been offered $150,000. That was yesterday. I emailed many of you to let you know in first tranche financing. So we're not even to the point of building a fundable business, and she's already sitting on $150,000 of funding. Trade lines that can be added under her EIN. That's great. So do clients get benefits right when they enroll? Because we know we live in this world where people want results right away. Absolutely. We're going to help them get offers right away. So that's phase one. We build a credible business. There's more to it, but I'm summarizing. Phase two. Well, do they get anything in phase two while we're building the business credit worthiness? Yeah. They're getting trade lines to use. We've talked about company cars. They don't have to get a company car. We encourage it. We have a company car that we just bought, a Porsche 911. Not a big deal. You can get the same thing. You can get a faster one or I don't know, a better one, I guess. But getting a company car is something that a lot of people really like. And so maybe you mention that when you're training people about the 4 phases. Of course, these graphics are here, and I've offered to send this to everyone that needs it so you have it with graphics. But hey, could you see yourself driving a company car? Maybe they want a Cadillac Escalade. Maybe they want a big jacked up 4-wheel drive. I don't know, whatever they want, but help them show how we're going to accomplish their dreams and their wants and their needs, as well as business credit cards. Phase 3, we're transferring $10,000. I know, again, small second bullet there, and then quick cash referenced here. So every phase along the way, then we go to the big boy funding. So that's the end goal. So we're going through these steps to create a fundable business, which is important education, but they're seeing benefit along the way, right? You don't think Mary's happy that she enrolled? She's going to be sitting on 150,000 probably within her first 7 days of enrollment. Next, we can get her a Porsche 911 if she would like, just like ours. Then we're transferring over the 10,000, and then we built a fundable business. So with that being said, and thank you, Marilyn, for your comment. She said she completely accepts all responsibility for her progress and lack thereof, and thank you for that. But it's okay. We've got a new month starting tomorrow, so let's finish February strong. And if you have the mindset every day is payday, Tom Kearns coined that, and damn it, unfortunately he's not on today, but he's one of our branches, and that's his mindset. And if you have that mindset, just like if you owned a Domino's pizza, can you imagine thinking, nah, I don't really want to sell any pizzas today. I'm going to not open my business today. Maybe tomorrow we'll sell some pizzas. That's not the way that successful entrepreneurs operate, right? When there's almost an infinite number of leads, we have one of our partners who he's not on this morning either. Not everyone listens to. Not everyone's on the live. Some listen to it afterwards. He started doing Facebook advertising, and he was getting 100 leads a day. 100 leads a day through Facebook marketing. He had to dial it down because it was too much. Now, did he have to pay for that? I think it was something like $3 a lead. I'm not sure of the specifics. I'm not that techno savvy, but there's different ways to generate leads, but there's no reason that you're not loaded with leads. You should be inundated with leads, because if you don't have lots of leads, you're not going to have people to educate, because not everyone that you educate is going to enroll. A lot of them will, though. the gentleman that I mentioned, he's done so well, he's getting delivery of a BMW 7 Series today. They're shipping it out of state to him. It's going to arrive at his home this morning at 10 a.m. from my understanding. I should put a picture up once we get it. So, I mean, there's people that's doing really well, not because they're smarter than you. It's not because they're more special than you. They've just assimilated what we're doing. We're solving people's problems. There's just a simple 3-step process to accomplish that. So with that being said, let us know what we can do to help you. We recommend setting up daily, we have the daily webinars, which we will not have tomorrow because of travel, by the way. But then we recommend live one-on-one sessions. If you've not scheduled your one-on-one with us, then you can reach us by phone or email. Ultimately, we use Calendly to schedule those. But we're here to help. If you've not reviewed this information closely, certainly that's an important place to start. If you've not enrolled yet, here's where you can do so if you'd like to. We'd love to work with you. There's so many entrepreneurs that need funding, that need help positioning their business for funding. Because again, you and I know the bottom line. It doesn't matter how bad you want money or how badly you need money, you have to qualify. And that's what you and I do, is we create qualified or fundable businesses. Thanks, everyone. Again, no Zoom tomorrow. On Friday, we'll be back Monday morning. Thanks, everyone. Let us know what we can do to help you. Let's enroll a client today. Bye-bye.